Welcome on in, everybody. This is Air Angel. Welcome to the Air Show, aka the Vroom Vroom broadcast unofficial title. Today I'm going to be doing a no reset run of Ganbare Daiku no Gensan, aka Hammerin Harry. I am playing on a Super Famicom with a Japanese cart today, so I'm really excited to show this off. And I hope to go over some of the lore, as well as some of the speedrun strats. And we're just gonna get this started. In 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, well. This is Hammerin Harry on the Super Famicom. Again, so we just skipped through a bunch of cutscene, and basically what happened is, Harry basically made this really awesome, beautiful house. A corporation decided to tear it down and also kidnap our partner, which is not, it's not great. So we have to go save her, as well as get revenge on them destroying our house, because what the heck. You saw there, I did pick up a hammer upgrade. There are very few upgrades in this game in general, one of which is the hammer upgrade. I believe the official name for this hammer is Quaker or something? Quake? But I like to call it Stormbreaker. So I will be referring to the hammer as Stormbreaker, because that's just what I like to call it. And because it sounds way better. Shout out to the Marvel Universe. Anyways, so it is a platformer. And as you can tell, when you hit the enemies, they sort of just zoom off the screen. So I find that incredibly hilarious. They're just like, ah, and they just fly off the screen, which is freaking awesome. So with this particular hammer upgrade, you can hit the ground, and it sort of gives like a earthquake sort of sensation. This is the first boss. Basically, you want to try to hit it in succession, so you don't get hit yourself, but you also get enough hits in to where you could just smack them till they're down. And yeah, that's also a man in a cat suit. This game is really cute and obviously pretty eclectic. Especially the bosses. The boss battles are pretty random. And now we have a brief side-scroller. So with this part, you basically don't want to take a boatload of damage, but you want to keep pressing right so you can go as fast as you can, kind of thing. And these bullies are being bullied today. That's okay. There's really cool random game mechanics here, like, getting rid of that pole that's holding everything up, and it would actually hurt the bad guys under it. I've never really seen that in a lot of places, in a lot of random retro games. Alright, that guy was being bullied, but that's okay. You saw me pick up an onigiri there. Onigiris are the health boosts, or the health pickups, if you were. As you were. I don't know. Anyways. So this is Chuck the Chucker, and he's a bully a lot of the times. And he throws bottles at you. If you could get him in a good pattern, you could actually go back and forth like that. We got it towards the end, which wasn't too bad. But yeah, also random boss that throws sake bottles at you. Don't litter, people. Littering is wrong. And now we are in the woods. I guess as per tradition with random levels, we're gonna be going through the cityscape, the woods, a factory that is incredibly unsafe for everybody there. We're gonna go through a time machine at some point. It's just gonna be a ride, and I hope you guys are you're here for it, because it's gonna be a trip. So yes. Here in the jungle, there are trash cans that tried to kill you. I don't know why there's trash cans here, but hey, we're not gonna hold it against them. There's trash cans. That's it. We get to another mechanic, which is like this great thing You basically hold up and to the right so you can grab onto it briefly and then jump immediately off of it for the little speedrun strat, because that's what we're here for, right? I'm about to pick up these parachute pants. I call them poofy pants, but they're basically just golden pants that let you jump really high. And we grab these to avoid these bees, as well as jump across here so we don't have to deal with the boulders, which are incredibly annoying for obvious reasons. And I missed the monkeys here, so I have to be a little careful of this, but this is Boomerang Billy. Alright, I tried to get him in a stun lock, but it didn't work out, so we're gonna have to be a bit careful here. But it turned out okay in the end. Sometimes you could get Boomerang Billy in a stun lock and just cruise through that section, but that's okay. New game mechanics, again. Basically, you just have to hit these pegs in a certain way to get across here. They can be a little cumbersome at times. I have been stuck in between them before, sort of like a soft lock position, so that didn't happen, so that's good. Traversing this very dangerous area, again, it's sort of like a play off of construction sites and such. Go figure, it's Hammerin Harry. If you have played the Hammerin Harry series in general, you'll know that that's pretty popular. We do pick up Stormbreaker again. It will help us in the next boss battle, which makes it a lot easier with this hammer than the other hammers, in my opinion, so that's just the strat that I use. Another reason why I wanted to do a marathon submission video for this is that the leaderboards have been a little bit more active than they have in the past couple years, which is super exciting. So there's new strats being found, and a lot of time saves coming up, so that's really cool. And it'd be really great to get other runners involved. So I actually got past those spikes. If you get stuck, there's actually a couple sets of spikes like these that you would end up getting stuck behind and ultimately losing a bunch of time. So we didn't get stuck behind there, so that's good. And this is Charlene, the Chainsaw Crusher. I actually really love her outfit, despite her being, you know, the villain in this situation. So this is the first real instance where we use like this quake feature of sorts. Basically, I use it just because it's fast, as well as you don't have to go through a bunch of her cycles and such when she jumps up in the air, and she basically like rains down rock onto you, which is never fun. Nobody likes that. So another quick side-scroller. I do enjoy the side-scrolling in this game because it sort of gives you a second to breathe, and sort of you can look at your splits, you can talk to chat, you can take donations and such. And it's a relatively short side-scrolling feature part of the game, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot because you could get through it relatively quick. So what I did there is I held to the left as soon as I landed, because if I didn't, I would have fallen and I wouldn't be able to pick up this hammer upgrade. This is Scott, the Savage Skateboarder. A play on American skateboarding, I guess. Back in the 90s. This came out in 1993, I believe. So it's basically that, just back and forth. If you don't jump, he could be pretty nasty and take a lot of damage, so we were able to skirt past there without any issues, so that's nice. This is sort of where the game gets a little bit more difficult with jumping, precise platforming, as well as managing your health is pretty important. So this is another hammer upgrade. I call it the Whirly Durly. I think it's actually just called Spinner officially in the game, but I call it the Whirly Durly because why not? And we're gonna pick up more pants so we could jump and platform across these waterfalls. Guys are pretty nasty. Also, these crates that we're opening, they could have health upgrades. There's also a special attack associated with the hammers, which I will be going into in a bit. So that's what this pickup is. I don't really use it until now because we don't really have a use for it until now. I start using the special attacks with these bosses, which I will go over. I like using Stormbreaker here. Just fall as fast as you can. I'm actually going to pick up some health. Because this boss of this level is pretty nasty. I call him Bro Chad because he sort of reminds me of sort of like a gym rat, you know, those guys that just hang out at the gym and do I don't know, do Chad things, whatever that means. But this fight is kind of annoying. So this is the first special attack use that I'm gonna do. You just jump up, press down with X. So it sort of just sets the stage of us being able to hit him, basically. I also like Quake, or this particular hammer, because if he's on the ground, you can hit him. There's hot plates that are trying to kill you, so there's really a lot going on here. He also throws grenades that you can use to swing back at him, though he throws them rather infrequently. And he's a very quick fellow, so I just sort of camp out, try to not jump on the Bunsen burners, and try to go around it, you know what I mean? Alright, so this is, I feel like the level progression in terms of difficulty ramps up pretty good here. If you're not careful with these sort of RoboCop looking guys, they will come back. And so if you don't neutralize them, they will come back to get you. So I do my best to try to get rid of them. Avoid the lasers as much as possible. As much as you can, because, you know, lasers hurt. Some of these jumps are relatively annoying in my opinion. Also, there is lava. As soon as you're in the lava, you not only go through a cutscene of dying. Sorry, I'm trying not to get hit by a laser. Which wastes time for obvious reasons. So I'm actually gonna pick up this health because I took too much damage, and also this vest. These vests absorb more. You can take more damage when you wear them. So I'm going to pick up an upgrade here. Try not to fall in the lava because lava's bad. Though there is a save point there, so if you get hurt there, it's not too bad. So, as you can see, you could basically walk through these. I don't do that a whole lot depending on where my health is at, because obviously if you take too much damage, they're just gonna end up in a sort of awkward situation of trying not to die. So, take damage where you can and where you're willing to, I guess. I realize that it can come back to haunt you. That jump right there could be pretty tricky, so I'm pretty happy with how that jump turned out. You want to fall through here, take a little damage, that's fine. I probably could have taken a little bit more damage because here is where you get a full health pickup from your partner that you're trying to save. So that doesn't really make much sense to me. So the hammer throws are a little tricky. It's basically you have to roll from up to the right. Sometimes a little bit more tricky time at it than other times. But we ended up making it work. And that's Dr. Death, if I have that correct. And now my community and I affectionately call this Thomas the Time Machine. He's a little creepy, but yeah, we're going through a time machine of sorts. There's a last section of the game as well as the final boss afterwards. And you can see in my splits, I have Wily Part 1 and Part 2. That's basically because I feel like the boss, or some of the bosses look like Wily from Mega Man. Which is pretty silly, but... so I actually got rid of those RoboCops sort of situations there because they can mess up with your timing like it just did there, so that was pretty nasty. So I need to be a little bit careful here just for my health, but we do have a health pickup right here, so that shouldn't be too bad. Again, the bigger the onigiri, the more health you get, so that's nice. I tend to neutralize the lasers because they get pretty nasty. And we will be picking up more special attack on our way up here. So we can use that on the upcoming boss fights. I'm gonna pick up this onigiri here as well. Picked up another vest that we don't really necessarily need it, but some choice platforming. That jump could be a little tricky sometimes, so happy that worked out. Again, more lava, so if you fall in the lava and you have all these special attacks, you will lose all the special attacks, so it is in our best interest to not fall in the lava, so go figure. I'm gonna wait for that laser. Almost fell in the lava. Had a bit of a scare, but that's alright. We made it. We made it. So we will be picking up the Whirly Dirly soon. I tend to use the spinning hammer with the next boss just because it's a lot easier and it's a lot faster to attack with. I'm gonna wait till this platform goes up, and even though I get electrocuted, at least it is going upwards. These could be a little tricky sometimes, but we got it. Another reason why I really like this game is it's very arcade-esque with the, you know, classic platform game that you would get with a Super Famicom experience. You know, avoid the lasers. And also a lot of the boxes here have the jars of death. I didn't really go over that a whole lot because I know where a lot of the jars of death are, and I obviously try to avoid the jars of death. Basically, they are what it sounds like. It's literally like a potion of sorts that can harm you if you pick it up instead of like an onigiri, for instance. You pick up a jar of death, you take damage. It's not fun. We're going to be using a lot of a special attack here, as well as trying to get Dr. Death in a stun lock. So I accidentally wasted a special attack, but that's fine. I ended up getting him in a little bit in a stun lock, so that's good. Being a little nasty today. I am going to try to save one special attack for the final boss coming up. And it ended up working out, so no big deal. So this is the final boss. Basically this can make or break your run, as per tradition with most final bosses in general. So the different suits that this boss wears depends on what kind of attack he throws, and sometimes he could just be really nasty, but hopefully we can turn out a good result today. And sometimes his hitbox is a little strange. And I'm gonna do my best to not waste the special attack. And I'm also gonna go in the corner here. So I can sort of corner him to where I know where he's gonna end up. And you want to sort of jump before he shows up. And his hitbox is a little strange sometimes. So we managed to use both, or all three of our special attacks, so hopefully this boss battle will work out for us. If you end up falling down there, it is very difficult to end up hitting him. We only need one more hit, so hopefully we can, that was unfortunate. And time. Wow, okay, so there's a marathon run and a massive PB, so who knew? Anyways, so yeah, that was Hammerin Harry on the Super Famicom, and I really hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed this game. I tend to play really cute Japanese games. That's just been a real passion of mine. And I really hope to show this off at other marathons. I have yet to play this in other marathons in general, so and that is as of May 21st when I am recording this. And this is my first sub 21, so this was a pretty big step for me. Obviously you can see the big time save here for me is the final boss battle, because you never know what he's gonna do. But anyways, I hope whoever is watching this is having a great day, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.